The Brutalist is the newest film from director Brady Corbett. It stars Adrian Brody, Felicity Jones, and Guy Pearce, and is about a Hungarian architect who immigrates to the US to build a dream when he meets Guy Pearce's character, who changes his life forever. As a fan of Brady Corbett's previous works, I was extremely excited to see this. He creates liminal spaces with as big of a spectacle as possible, and that definitely carries over to The Brutalist, which is his biggest film to date. A 3.5-hour American epic about the American dream, with a performance that, honestly, might be the best of the decade. You look at The Brutalist and you're instantly just enamored by its awe. Right, I am in awe by the look of it. If you don't know about the details, it was shot on VistaVision, which is practically a dead format, and it was shot on 70mm, which again is very impossible to do. So you merge both things and you create an image which is just so spectacular and so filmic that it almost brought me to tears. As someone who studied film for nearly 2 years, it was crazy to see that all of the techniques that I have learnt have been adapted into one 3.5-hour feature. I can't talk about The Brutalist without talking about Adrian Brody's performance, which, honestly, yes, best of the decade for sure. He brings a certain vigor and a certain anger to the performance of which you would expect from a character who is going through as much turmoil as this. Laszlo wanting to immigrate to the US to build a dream, and when his dream is kind of crushed, of course he's going to be extremely angry about it. But there's also a level of racism that these characters endure of the hands of Guy Pearce, who is also very, very good in this. He does a similar thing to what Robert Downey Jr. did last year with Oppenheimer. He's very well spoken, and he's also kind of mad. He's a guy whose power is run by the monetary growth of which they have, which, again, very interesting to dissect into with a film as large as this. But Laszlo's real meaning for everything is his wife, played by Felicity Jones, Elizabeth, who nails the performance to a degree of which kind of left me extremely upset. A character was going through a lot of different changes in her life, and we definitely see that through Laszlo, but we also see that through the filmmaking techniques that are taking place and the scenes of which she is present in. The thing that helps the most with The Brutalist to work is the score, which, again, best of the decade for me. The symphonic changes that happen, the bellows when he enters the US, oh man, is up there with some of the greats. It's up there with Hans Zimmer's score for Dune, it's up there with Lord of the Rings even. It tells a tale, and it tells the story of a man who is extremely anxious to get this dream that he wants to have, and it's all told through the meaning of music. We've seen the American dream be told before, many different stories. Minardi, you've also been told in American Honey even, but none of them have done it in this way, where it's a 3.5-hour epic which is set during after World War II, and following a certain type of architecture and big scale epics like this. That's a new thing, that's a new feeling, and Brady Corbett honestly might have made the film of the decade for me. Its power is in its performances, its score, its editing even. There's a 15-minute intermission in this which makes you kind of sit with everything that you've just witnessed. And it made me reflect on everything that I have seen before it, so that I could prepare for the next half. This is the best achievement in filmmaking since The Godfather, and I'm not even kidding. Brady Corbett is a genius, and it's one of those films of which I will go back to many times to just be in awe with it. Characters like Laszlo Toth and performances like Adrian Brody, they need to be in more films, because this is a crowning achievement that I will never forget for the rest of my life. So yes, that's what I gotta say about The Brutalist. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you have a wonderful New Year, and I will see you guys in the New Year.